Callista, Rise, and Sivir actually taken away here. Sivir's been finding her way onto the play sheet as opposed to bans, but they seem like it's a big priority here against Wild Turtle. Alistar as well, another one from the blue side, getting banned out.
What is TSM's first pick in mind here?
Nautilus is still up. You can get that for Dyrus in the top.
True.
Be a menace. Maokai is still going to be up.
Shen has risen in popularity as well.
Shen, that's a really good point.
I feel like Azir is actually a blind pickable. And it's actually a really big champion for both these mid laners.
Team Liquid, from the end of week 6 to 7, had 2 Sivir games in there, so Piglet will not be able to play that. Playing his Corki game recently as well.
What I don't want to see here is a jungle first pick.
They might break your heart, Kobe. That Nautilus is still up though. I can't see it going by. Really. Easy play in the top lane for Dyrus to have that. He likes to play like a rock anyway, so just stay and then be there for the team fights.
TSM are guaranteed to get counterpicked anyway, since Team Liquid are red side. So if you're gonna, well, all right, there's the jungle pick. Then it's gonna be the Gragas for Rek'Sai deal. I'm not really a fan of it, but Santorin wants to play.
Did have that Vi game yesterday after the junglers got put to the wayside, so might just want a comfortable pick. The Nautilus and both Azir. Yeah, that's a stinger pick right there. Good.
So we both win, Rib. And they give up both Nautilus and Azir for just Gragas.
Yep.
Phoenix, let's see if he can make them pay, because he has in the past.
Not much mention of this gentleman today.
There's your Shen.
Shen should be picked up. Good play by Lust Boy. Actually tried to do that yesterday. 0-3-4 for him on that pick.
AP Nasus. AP. It's never going to happen. Even Keen, I don't think is going to pull out the AP Nasus. But we'll mention it every time. Over. Whoa, that is a tanky as hell team. Holy guacamole. No damage at all so far.
They threaded.
0. They may have 0 damage right now. Actual 0 DPS.
I mean, the Ezreal's still there, right? They just want to see what else is going on. You can ramp up the Ez, protect him with the team.
The other thing is that they're all magic-based here. What little damage Team Solomid have right now...
Oh, that's true. That'll make it tough.
Magic. So Turtle's definitely going to have to carry his weight in this game. This is a good champion to do that on.
A lot of magic. Jinx was played again. They're going with the same bot lane that they took up against Team 8 in their loss yesterday. If they keep with that Shen Jinx, back and forth. What does Bjergsen want in the mid lane? Victor's definitely a possibility for him. We've seen it on him quite a few times. It's been a while since we saw that Echo break in time within our games. Bjergsen did have some pretty good plays on it. That was all the way back in week 3, and week 3 was a 7-1-6-12-6-7. A little too much. Not enough playtime on the Echo. Leads him to Orianna for that final pickup.
Yeah.
Will be the round out here. Already up the mid lane.
Going way more solid, way more standard team here for Team Solomid. The ginormous front line. Multiple tanks to deliver the Orianna Shockwave. Turtle, of course, for cleanup duty and resets on Jinx. But it has to be really good ultimates from not only the Orianna, but also Gragas is going to play a pretty big part in this. Let's see what Team Liquid have, because they've got plenty of DPS here. Azir already locked in. Interesting that they are also decently magic heavy with the Corki. If they go with a magic top laner as well, I guess Aegis of the Legion will be picked up first by both these teams anyway. Either, well, I'd actually rush it on both junglers. But yeah, really magic damage heavy for both squads.
A lot was discussed there for that last pick, Annie or Thresh. Decided to go with the Annie. Both have been played pretty consistently by Xpecial, so no trouble there within the past few weeks.
Let's give them some initiation combos that they can use, because Nautilus is great to start things off, but an Annie as well. If they can nab Wild Turtle in an Annie and Nautilus knock-up chain, that would be ideal for them. The thing is, locking Annie into a 3-tank team always feels really bad to me. Annie's biggest counter is having a giant body in front of her that doesn't care about her stun, which is exactly what Shen, Gragas, and Maokai are.
Yeah.
And she's
also not people you can delete.
She's squishy enough, exactly. Her damage is going to do nothing to them. She's squishy enough that they can just run up to her and start beating on her before she can get a good stun combo off. Bold pick there by Xpecial for the last pick.
So we'll see what happens as we get into the game. Remember, with everything picked now in the Champion Select, be sure to weigh in on this match. Send hashtag TSM win or hashtag TL win to @LOL Esports. We'll check in with the fan vote shortly. We're about to get ourselves into game, everyone. It is Team Solo Mid versus Team Liquid, our game of the week, and we're about to be on the rift. The crowd is ready. The players are ready as they take one final deep breath before getting into this matchup. They would love to get the victory here on either side, climb those rankings, and get themselves into a nice spot for playoffs. Let's see what TSM has for Team Liquid. We are on the rift.
And remember, it was TSM who took the victory in a very close game last time these two teams matched up. And they have both fought over that first place spot during the split. I like the trash talk between Reggie and Steve as well at the very beginning here. They're two of the closest as far as team owners go. They have very good relationships, so it's always fun to see the trash talk that's all in jest.
Seeing Xpecial in a very scary spot. He'll get out of this one, but he also shared with us Team Liquid's super secret strategy for taking down Team Solo Mid.
I think against TSM, we try to make sure that Bjergsen doesn't carry the game. And to do so, we just put Phoenix on a comfortable champion and make sure that he can handle Bjergsen. And 1v1, Bjergsen can't beat up Phoenix. Phoenix is really good, and we've seen that many times this split. And we're going to make sure that Phoenix can do his thing. And for the rest of the team, we're just going to make sure that we beat them in laning because we're a better team than them, and we'll show it.
Is that sarcasm, Riv?
Secret's out.
The super secret?
Secret's out.
I see what you did there. Super secret attack Bjergsen strategy here.
It's super secret, but every team knows to do.
Keep him from carrying the game. Well, on Orianna, it may be a bit more difficult to carry the game. Yeah, he's going to have the opportunity to make big Orianna plays, but we'll have to watch out if Phoenix he's able to get that combo.
3-0 Azir, as you see his stats.
Talk about big plays.
Yeah.
Phoenix Azir has been one of the biggest plays that we've seen, the 1v4 Quadra. And we
starting to see the comfortability on that champ for people now as he's been out for a little bit longer now.
Do have the lane swap starting out here. So we're going to head up to the top side, try and get that early income for him on Jinx. And Shen going to work his way towards level 6. Double jungle for both squads. Annie, aha! I like pointing this out because we've seen so often the support's going to try and interrupt people in the double jungles. But Xpecial, a bit slow, does not find them at the red buff, and TSM wastes no time.
Yeah, they just head
trying
right
to
over.
jungle in the harass and move over to the other side. Now, you can do the 2 small camps and go Krugs up to Wraiths. And any harass on Wraiths is not very substantial.
Right.
The only real big problem comes when you're trying to do a buff before it comes over. But Xpecial was able to get the E4 down. It is just a trinket ward, by the way, on the red buff. See when they return to it. It'll be a while away, though. I think that both teams are just going to go standard.
Yeah.
Double jungle into tower taking.
Got the gentleman's agreement started.
1, 2, 3, 4 camps for both of them so far.
Staying on the strong side of their map.
Team Liquid slightly ahead, working their way down bottom. But, of course, TSM do have minigun for Turtle. And actually, they shoved a lot quicker. So, never mind, it's TSM that are ahead, even though their duo from the jungle did not arrive as quickly. This is what a lot of teams are doing now. They send their top laner to go help with the shove and have the jungler continue to try and take camps and increase the income for the team overall. Mid lane is vulnerable, though.
Yeah. Very used to this strategy. They're the team past seasons to pretty much be the one doing this. And before the turrets got taken down and top laners would stay, you'd see TSM kind of just hounding them and standing around the top laner until they eventually killed it. Here, things a bit more refined. TSM still gets their first turret quicker than Liquid on the bottom side. It's actually going to take another wave here, so TSM may be able to make that swap in their favor. I don't think they'll get there in time to stop it going down.
I feel like Dyrus is going to stay in that bush. Okay, he canceled his recall. He's going to take one more wave up on top. Meanwhile, Team Liquid looks like they're going to try and bounce this one backwards and get that to push against them. Dyrus doing pretty much the same thing. He's controlling that wave up top, building it up so it will push towards him. Both teams will have, well, actually the AD carry going to go up to take that.
Oh, that was interesting.
Lane with the turret. And both duos going to find their way top. Now, this is actually fairly good for TSM. They have a lot of deep wards in the red quadrant. And they've got 3 people still up there right now. They might try and pick off somebody. This is basically the most dangerous point in the game for supports, because on first recall is when supports get all of their actual wards, and you don't have to rely just on trinket wards. So the first recall for supports, when they move out and they venture into Summoner's Rift and try and get their first line of vision down of true wards, is the scariest part, because they're also under-leveled in lane swaps, and they're very squishy targets. So you can set up an ambush and try and snag the support on their first roam.
Usually you'd see that happening with somebody like Thresh or a jungler that can get over the wall. I guess for Shen it still works out, because you get yourself a dash through the Baron Pit, some other wall, so Lost Boy might be able to get himself to some tighter spots, but still, like you said, real scary to just be face-checking the Fog of War early in the game. Quick pause here, 5 minutes in. We're going to see what that is. Not too much of a difference anywhere here. Both, as we said, sides of the map were kind of mirrored. A little gentleman's agreement.
Yeah, Bjergsen just had some static in his headset, and he's already given the thumbs up. They're just doing a double check here. Hopefully they get that resolved quickly. Big difference here that I see. Yeah, Corki has a very versatile build path because he can go Trinity Force. So on that first recall, Piglet has gone with double long swords into the Ruby Crystal to build it for his Phage, whereas Turtle obviously with just the pickaxe here for Jinx. A lot of pushing power. The duo, though, for Team Liquid did alter their path, and they've headed down bottom. So both duos going to be safe at the turrets, and both top laners are going back to double jungling here. So nobody trying to expose their top laners to a dive.
Right.
Quas heads down for Dragon. That still counts as double jungling. Meanwhile, Dyrus is hand-in-hand with Santorin as they head over to Team Liquid's side. And they're going to try and take away some camps that respawn in exchange for this Dragon. So a couple small camps here in exchange for Dragon number 1. Team Liquid, I feel, gets better of the deal because they've got that duo bottom.
Seems like TSM was all right with giving number 1 up. While Turtle head back to that top lane instantly after backing, even taking down the turret. So like you said, just denying that top side camp, hoping to make plays off some forward wards that they have in an early Dragon there from TL, as you can see on the average time they're usually taking it. Making some moves here early, you'll get that out of a lane swap. The team's just going to be able to scoop up Dragon and make some moves. We'll see where they decide to go with it.
So basically the goal difference for TSM coming from AD carry here, as Turtle has been able to get to the wave a little bit quicker. Now they're both just holding their lanes. Team Liquid were also able to answer all the small camps, so the trade for Dragon was minimal for Team Liquid. The deficit in gold is not from the jungle camps, it's from the AD carries, 100 of it there, and as well 200 in the mid lane. So Bjergsen already working up a cash lead on Phoenix.
Building that wave up to the top. So free farm for Turtle. This is all he wants. Any pressure towards the top side, TSM possibly able to make a move. Right now, without clearing wards, they're going to be stopped in making any moves as they are lit up across the map. Wards in the right places, keeping Team Liquid alive here from getting any further behind, but they can't go ahead and stop this from happening in their jungle. So,
yeah, I was also actually looking to see if Phoenix would alter his build and go for some magic resist in it, but no, straight Azir build. Probably just going to go straight Morello, rush as usual. Meanwhile, the Orianna here, Bjergsen, is going to be magic resistant. Going to go for the Athenes as his first item. As we said, this Team Liquid squad super heavy on magic damage, so I expect a rush into Aegis of the Legion, decent magic resist weaved into all of the builds on TSM's side, and that will serve them very, very well. The attack damage will come from a tank Rek'Sai and a Corki, which is minimal.
Surprised at how safe both teams are staying. They really respect, well, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. They really respect each other enough that knowing an early lead with that kill can snowball completely out of control on either side of this team. Saying they have to shut down Bjergsen was Team Liquid's super secret strategy coming into this one. So far, you're not going to get much on an Orianna in the mid lane, especially with heal. The ability to just safely play from the back and wave clear. Blue is his now. That becomes even easier as him and Phoenix just going at it pretty much even on CS here in the mid lane. A bit of a lead. CS grabbed by Bjergsen, but nothing to tilt it.
Yep, everybody continuing to follow the battle lines of the lane swaps. 9 minutes into the game, still jungling on each other's sides of the map where their AD carries reside.
It's kind of like a who breaks first, right? You're either going to make a mistake or you're going to try something different.
Tried to sneak a steal there. Well, yeah, and it's also really hard because you know as the other team that the constant visits from everybody roaming into your jungle, they must be leaving behind wards. So it's very hard to fight your way back into vision of your own jungle on your weak side. And as we said, especially on this Annie, is very vulnerable. Has got the Moby boots though, so if they can find a pick, he can take advantage of it. Both mid laners trying to steal away the big raptors, trying to sneak them, but neither of them successful. And pretty much dead even here.
Yeah.
Early on. That's very, very slight 100 gold lead for the mid lane. And that is about it.
Well, it makes sense. We've talked about how much of an advantage on average teams have at 10, and TSM and Team Liquid are very close on that list at number 2 and number 3. Liquid usually has about a 500 gold lead at 10. TSM 180, which is still very close. For kind of an idea on that, CLG is at number 1 with a 705 gold lead on average at first place.
They're way out in front though.
Yeah.
So that's a... Alright, let's see. Lessboy working his way to level 6 still, obviously. It looks like they're starting to take back control here as both of them swap back. And we find the duo lane's going to go head-to-head here. All the vision's still there for Team Liquid, so the possibility of a Quas teleport in behind this duo is definitely there. He'd want to hit level 6 first, though. Nautilus teleporting in without level 6 may be questionable down there if you don't bring Rek'Sai as well. And Dominate actually hasn't been able to leave behind tunnels in the jungle, so it wouldn't be a double teleport in behind them. TSM were able to clear out the tunnels that were there. So I guess no play will be made. We continue. 30 seconds till Dragon. Maybe we'll have an end to the ceasefire, Riv.
I hope so. I want to see somebody draw some blood here. This is one of our slowest games of the day after getting pretty rowdy barn burner last game, Cloud9. Oh, Dominate. And actually not too much damage taken off of those chompers.
Yeah.
Gets a little bit of it back.
Similar exchange with Lessboy. Both of them immediately chugging health potions. It's actually one of the biggest differences that you notice. Professional players immediately start chugging potions as soon as they take damage because they know there's an objective about to come up. Everybody wants to be topped off before the dragon fight starts.
There's a string connected to that thing. Take damage, press button.
It's hard to remember and get in the habit of doing it, but...
You get in the habit when you have the gray screen and realize you have 4 potions. You haven't used any of those potions. Or you move your boots and you try to drink your boots.
Has it driven you to become a heavy drinker, Riv? Constant gray screen?
One, I'm trying to drink it when I'm dead. It doesn't work.
Oh, they're actually going to start it off here. Team Liquid going to be the ones to take the dragon damage in preparation for the fight. Right. Dominate happy to do it. Teleport comes in and they burn the summoner spell. Now Team TSM, they have to force the teleport here by staying on Dragon, or else they'll just out a summoner spell. I guess they're content to take it. Dominate can easily just Rek'Sai ult back to the field, as long as they don't kill every one of the tunnels. TSM down teleport now. Quas gonna get work done on the top side.
Very nicely done. Back and forth. Ooh, almost nice. Okay, they get out alive on that one.
They have to force something over here. All right, it will be Dragon. They heard the Rek'Sai ultimate, and they're gonna just assume it's on top side, or maybe they just feel forced into this Dragon. Either way, they're gonna get their first Dragon.
Even if he did come bot, he'd be walking across the security line of wards into the river. So they have him on either side. That would have been enough to stop him, they think. And it was enough to get Dragon as well. Still no kills, even after they face each other at that Dragon objective and back up.
It is an advantage for Team Liquid, though. They're happy to trade away a first Dragon at this early stage in the game. It gives you very, very little. And they do get that top turret pressure. Good mid lane transition from TSM, though, and they are able to run Phoenix off of mid lane. So advantage nullified as a good swap of objectives here from TSM, and they switch from Dragon after completing it up to the mid lane. So even though the turrets are even, I like taking down the mid lane one.
So much better. Open up that
TSM. Team Liquid do have a Zir though, so they can create these shanties
wherever you want
in place of it.
I like it. I think it's more powerful than a shanty. It's an upgraded shanty.
It's an outpost. I'll give it an
I like the outpost. That was a good one. See where they go from here. Blue buff, something that Dominate definitely wants to try and fight over as they get their hands in the resources of Team Solo Mid, trying to throw them off guard. Only a 400 gold lead doesn't really give them too much room to work with. They're just back and forth trying to poke each other with love taps right now. Still waiting for the kill to come out. Infinity Edge finish for Wild Turtle. Pigment has his Triforce now. See if these guys, nope. I was going to say, see if they group, try to get some damage out, but there's no real need to. Piglet can push this wave in the bot lane. Still got to push by Quas up top.
Wow, what did you say? No, I was just kidding.
There's that mid turret being
open. A blue for a blue. So
easy wards.
When Team Liquid stole blue, they put the blue on Rek'Sai because they had to smite it, which means very, very little. The big part is denying it from Bjergsen. Oh, there's Lessboy going in for the taunt onto Dominate as Maokai circled around.
Oh, Piglet and Xpecial from the back line there, already where they need to be, completely deleting Santorin and Lustboy very quick. It's the retreat right now for Team Solo Mid here.
What a huge blooper from TSM.
Blue buff's transferred anyways.
Their front line splits around the curve of the blue buff. And they lose track of Xpecial. This sort of risky anti-pick is not risky yet, as if the front line is committed to the other side of the jungle. Xpecial just gets in there for the perfect Tibbers, doesn't even have to flash for it.
Just get him when they're not looking, and
Two
how
kills.
much they're able to push off it too.
And they easily take out the support and jungler, who have yet to really build up those tank stats. Both of them going Sightstone. You get a bit of health, but it's fairly inefficient as far as defense item goes. Same goes for Cinderhulk early on. It's inefficient before you build more health on top of it. And man, so Lustboy takes half his life taunting in due to the Azir.
There's almost 0 wards here except for the left side for TSM.
And Piglet just dumps out the Trinity Force Corki damage.
He just finished it, and he was in the bot lane farming. He's more than happy to have a fight get brought to his neighborhood and pick up those kills. 101 for him as well as Phoenix, and everything just got delivered to him on that one. So we finally get a break in the scoreboard, and now a 2,000 gold lead in favor of Team Liquid here. 17 minutes in, it's like Dragon with that being down. They may want number 2. They're already setting up wards on the bottom side of the map, but we got a little bit of time before that happens. CS in the lane, still quite even across the board. It's really the kills that are going to start making this thing a factor.
Puts a lot of pressure onto TSM, actually, because they lost that huge swing in gold. It was dead even up until that point, and 2,000 swing here for Team Liquid as they've got an extra turret down. 2 turrets in the bottom lane taken without much of an answer from TSM. It felt like TSM were really just trying to go 1-for-1 as far as blue buff steals, and they felt obligated to go steal Team Liquid's, but weren't able to prep it well. They didn't lay down enough vision and
hardly any.
Got surrounded there. Great collapse from Team Liquid though, and let's see what they can do with this mid-game lead. This is where they've got, you know, distortions on Annie, especially didn't even have to burn his flash, so he's in position to make another big play. And the Trinity Force Sork boots Corky, ready to roll.
Oh, he might actually run into Santorin and Lustboy here. They actually have coverage from Dominate's tunnel on that one, so they stay safe. He's, however, going to try to get some wards down and figure out what's going on in his jungle. 1 minute on to Dragon, so we got to be very careful about the damage that any of the champions take on either team right now. Wild Turtle pushed up, but he has that defense of his team just below him.
You know what? After that those jungle 2 kills, Santorin is 2 levels, a full 2 levels behind I Will Dominate.
That's a good point.
I Will Dominate level 10 on this Rek'Sai, and they're both only a smidgen of the way through their current levels.
Yeah.
So
Santorin
Santorin
is for a Giant's belt too.
Yeah, definitely way, way lower as far as combat effectiveness is concerned. Especially since health is such a snowball stat with Cinderhulk.
Right.
Dominate is going to be a big frontline presence.
Triforce can do almost up onto the turret now. Last outer turret that Liquid is trying to knock down. They already have the lead at 3-2, but that was the second tier in the bot lane taken down. See how far they push up here. Bjergsen taking quite a bit of damage. Actually, not that much. Thought it was going to be more. The Athene's keeping him nice and protected from the magic. Usually you see that combo shredding through people. So even spited out the Wolf Spirit in the jungle, so Team Liquid has all the coverage on that they need without using too many wards. Really trying to get TSM to walk into the jungle. I don't think they can buy it though.
I don't think they should either. I don't think they should go for a tower dive either, because Dragon's up, and it's much easier to draw TSM out to the neutral objective, fight in the open area, so that Bjergsen doesn't get the game-changing shockwave off.
Yeah.
They do need to do some work as far as vision, though. There's a lot to clean up here around the Dragon for Team Liquid. AD carry top. Never mind. You don't even have to worry. Jinx is top. There's no way she can get down here. They take the Dragon easily.
Number 2 is at the end of the world. TSM, like number 1, give that one up as Wild Turtle pushes the top lane. Free farm, and the same thing that Pickup's been getting. Those guys are only 5 CS apart here as we enter 20 minutes into the game. Just under 200, and the mid laner's just over 200. Talking about Bjergsen's Orianna a bit. Haven't seen it in the summer split. Do know he's got play on it and has had some solo queue on it recently. So wait for that shockwave play still.
Remember the story of last time these two teams played, though. You know, Liquid got a decent early lead, some early moves being made, but TSM rely on the mid-game team fight. They have confidence in themselves that they can execute the mid-game team fight. They pulled it off last time, as well as a late-game one. And they're just looking for that one game-changing fight where Bjergsen lands a miraculous shockwave, and they're able to clean up off of it while Turtle will get resets. All they really have to do is stack magic resistance and not get too far behind. They definitely could have done without that blue buff invade and, you know, working up this deficit, but they're itemizing correctly here as the Aegis is completed. Darius is going into magic resist on the front. Bjergsen going heavy magic resistance with Orianna, even into the Abyssal after Athene's. So they obviously have eyes and use them well in Champ Select as well, and are building to withstand.
Interesting, yeah, he's really taking that into consideration. The ball's usually outside of the range.
He's going to get right in there, you know, he doesn't care if nobody else will deliver his ball for him. Bjergsen will walk up and do it himself.
Sometimes you have to. If it's not done right. The tunnel kind of denying the dissonance slow. So
yeah, but giving 5 gold away. Oh, 10? Oh, they got 10 for it.
Whoa.
Sucker. Did you know, Riv? The more people you stand on those tunnels, the more gold you can dig from them.
I just feel like the first person doesn't look hard enough for the extra gold.
Oh, every participant gets 5 Gs.
Man.
You get the
And no, I did not, Kobe.
Participant reward.
I usually hoard those to myself. Next time I'll lantern my whole team over.
You're like, yeah, man, why are you standing on this? I got this tunnel.
Why are you so greedy? You got all the
I got
Fruit
this,
Loops.
dog. All I have to do is stand here.
Wait, are they going to share? Nope, not a Broman. Lust Boy. Still just poking each other. They actually want to get all these wards cleared out. They realize how much movement it can give Dominate. Get himself into a good spot here during this fight. TSM working on the vision control. Still surrounded, no matter what they do.
Yeah.
Teleport for Quas is up.
I mean, oh, actually, Dyrus here with the
Could it be a home guard Quas?
Glacial Shroud. I would have liked Dyrus to go hard on the Magic Resist build instead of that. I mean, yes, I know, Maokai does want to go Righteous Glory and get that build, but man, just going hard Magic Resist against this team seems like the way to go. Bjergsen definitely taking that into consideration.
Very much so.
Team Liquid are really content to let it stew, though, and just sit on their gold lead. They haven't done anything to really expand on their gold lead. They did take a second dragon, but second dragon really doesn't concern anyone. I mean, TSM already have their first, and they got the 6%. That's all they're really looking for. They want to end the game on a single team fight, grab Baron, push in. So
I think that single team fight is also keeping them quite reserved. They remember what happened in the last matchup here against Team Solo Mid. How farm these AD carries can get. Still below the mid laners right now, but they have not had too much pressure all game long. I don't think we've really seen any fights where Turtle would be ulting in, or the wombo combo that TSM can bring to the table. Get a good shockwave on top of that rocket.
Do you think, Riv, that TSM are going to wait all the way until a third item, Magic Resist item for Turtle? They're just going to keep on waiting till everybody buys some? I don't know.
He's sitting on 37 gold, so I'm going to say no.
Okay.
That would be quite a while.
They aren't making too many moves. A lot of defensive warding as well from TSM, understandable. Dyrus, though, going to have to flash here. Special follows
He
it.
still hits it with the outside of Timbers. Dyrus puts on the Vengeful Maelstrom, and it's only to stay alive a bit longer, but Liquid's able to pick up that kill, and Phoenix also gets a piece of it.
Turtle should be able to get bottom turret for this, just because he's a Jinx left alone at an outer turret. My question is, what will... Ooh, there's the question answer. TSM going to have to answer this Baron.
Turtle's coming up, also watching to see if the rocket comes in. He's prepped the bottom turret to fall due to minion damage. And it looks like Turtle will hold it. The team's also trying to retreat here as they trade damage.
Back onto Baron.
Back onto Xpecial. They may be way too low to do this.
3,000.
They're chancing the 50-50. This is the moment they've been trying to stop, but now have fixed themselves into. That's a big explosive cast. Turtle gets one. He's on the side of Baron, which could be dealing damage to him, but Baron actually de-aggroes. The double kill for Turtle. He hits another rocket. Dyrus out of range after coming up from being dead. The Righteous Glory, the triple coming in. No. Bjergsen picks up kill number 3. Is this now their Baron?
Yes, it is, Rib. Yes, it is. TSM waiting for the one-team fight once again, and Team Liquid hand it to them on a silver platter. They start up the Baron just because Turtle is bottom. You are not late game yet. This is only 26 minutes in. You can't burn through this Baron. An AD carry being bottom.
Oh my God, he stole it! Piglet comes up with a big one steal!
All right, Rip. So the plan that I listed before of win a team fight, grab Baron, then push in to win, they failed to factor in the big one.
Where's the smite, Santorin?
Holy...
Even Turtle got that one.
smokes.
Holy smokes.
Well...
I
guess we'll wait for the replay and look at if the smite was up, what happened there, but that's...
Oh, it was up.
There's no...
It's still up.
That should never happen. All right, let me look at this big one damage.
We'll get it. Don't worry.
I got you.
We'll get that replay. Piglet, the rest of the team.
He was already level 14.
They're going to get another one off of
2.
this. Everything is just domino affecting here. That was the game-changing one for Team Solo Mid. Liquid got themselves into the same exact fight earlier in this one that cost them the previous game. And somehow they came out alive on that one.
So it's 100.
They are praising Piglet.
276. Oh, plus it was a big one, so it's extra 50%. So Great job there by Piglet to save Team Liquid, pull them out of the fire.
Everybody's getting their highlight moments. Recently it was Phoenix, now it's Piglet. These plays gotta make you feel good. The confidence already to push down mid turret and stay there with that outpost that Phoenix has put up with the legacy of Shurima. A confident, deep breath taken by Liquid after this.
Smite is up.
No vision. No vision.
Blinded it.
Way.
Blinded.
No, it's even better now. Holy
Come on, Riv. That's what happens when you become a world champion.
Oh, no!
All right. That's why he's not a world champion.
Antsy and the Pansy is what you get. A little too much confidence can lead to error. That is for sure. A Flash Tibbers, actually a regular Tibbers. Flash is still coming up. So he actually walked in out of the fog of war there. But TSM, they are still pushing back. You can see how fast they try to get themselves back onto the side of Team Liquid's portion of the map, only to kind of be pushed off. But waiting on Tibbers now to go down. They could find a fight. So it looks like they will back.
I still can't even get over that steal, Riv. I'm still on it. Like, up next, we're going to see Impact steal away a blind Baron with a Maokai sapling or something. All right, well, as Team Liquid here, going to try and make use of the Baron buff, which they easily can, using Phoenix Sand Shoulders to poke under turret, as well as Corky Rockets coming in quick and fast. And Darius, because he didn't go with the heavy magic resist I was looking for, actually takes some meaningful poke damage from Phoenix and Piglet. Has to even recall here. No teleports. Is going to try and walk back. No home guard either. He should make it in time, though, in between waves.
Shouldn't be a problem. Triforce, that was finished and perfectly. 2 kills went over to Piglet. Team Liquid dancing on.
Whoa, Righteous Glory initiation
right now as they're in front of the second tier turret. Lustboy a little too deep. The soldiers are just able to shred through. A good bit of damage to come back from Turtle. The crits are hitting. There's the Inferno rocket, but not much can be done. Mega Death rocket, rather. And they have to back off on this one. Bjergsen was able to put out a good bit of AoE with the dissonance. As you saw, you heard everybody when that HP disappeared from Team Liquid, but they have the ability to stay back and poke, continue these fights.
That is not what you're supposed to do with the Righteous Glory initiation. They went straight onto the tank line of Team Liquid. That was Dyrson, Lustboy, and Santorin all dogpiling on Team Liquid front line there. And yeah, okay, they got Special eventually, but the back line unaffected. Let's take a look at this. I guess they're going for Phoenix.
It's like as soon as the wave hits the turret, dive them.
Look at Piglet and Phoenix there. Okay, so Santorin was able to knock Phoenix a little bit out of the fight.
Turtle's missing damage. He got popped up.
Special and Piglet, Bjergsen was able to land a good shockwave, and Turtle does land the rocket for cleanup there. But just Phoenix didn't even have to use summoners to dodge that initiation. All he did was the slide from Azir, and he was able to get off DPS, him and Piglet on the front line there. So backline unaffected, really, aside from maybe half a second out of DPS time due to the Santorin ult.
Phoenix's build as well. Goes right for the Void Staff after that Abyssal Scepter, really shredding through the magic resistance that TSM's trying to build up here on their side. Now they need this large rod to come in for a little bit more damage. That Righteous Glory picked up by Quas for the team. Looks like it's picked up by Santorin. We're gonna see, said both those teams need it as soon as they can get it. See if these Righteous Glory initiations.
Darius got it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he had Flash up also, because what you would have had to do to make that play work is Righteous Glory and Flash right onto Azir. So then you snare him in place for the follow-up taunt from Lustboy. But yeah, missed opportunity there from TSM. They lost another turret. Team Liquid got more gold off of that Baron that they stole. And what a curious game this is, Riv.
Quite interesting. See if TSM can start to even dent right now what Team Liquid has. They really trying to work off the ball, find the way around Team Liquid and see where they can go. Baron is going to be in 1 minute. Dragon in 20. They're trying to deny resources here to start this one off. But already they're splitting themselves a little thin there. Bjergsen has to be careful how much of the caboose he is coming into this fight, because he will get picked off. Low on mana for him. That's going to be recognized by Team Liquid here as they enter into this fight, especially even with Santorin.
Yeah, they had to abort mission on that blue steel. Piglet was able to get it. Bjergsen almost was able to finish it off, but got it down to a couple hundred HP, and Piglet able to snag. Blue buff on Corki is huge. Level 16 Corki. Level 3 ultimate there, the constant barrage of missiles.
Wild Turtle's 14, so you can see how far ahead Piglet is at in just that. 2 levels to the 80 carries.
Whoa, special.
Going in very hard. The TP's coming in. TSM trying to assess the fight here. Dominate hits it. Phoenix puts himself into a shifting sand. They bump everybody back and line them up against the wall for DPS here. Quas getting out at just the right time. No, taken down by Bjergsen, but they're going to be able to finalize this fight. Everybody's running a lone sapling to put some slow down and give them an exit. A 3 for 2 as TSM squeaks out of that one.
Oh, yeah. Phoenix there able to clean up Xspecial's mess in the end with Azir and gets 2 back for the team. But TSM, a lot of damage onto the bottom turret, as well as coming out 3 for 2 in that fight. Getting some more money onto Turtle.
Yeah.
Let's look at this.
Excited Turtle looking for Bjergsen.
Yeah,
or
and
special,
then
I should say. Special.
He doesn't get Santorin, and he goes for the flashing lights of the teleport channel there. Immediately out.
Pretty lights.
Dominate does kind of save this one. Get double summoners out of Turtle with his flash initiation. And then Turtle does go back in for DPS. Oh, it's a hook from Quas to reset up the cleanup from Phoenix there. So props definitely to Quas. Able to hook Turtle while Turtle is stationary, firing the ultimate to get his kill on Dominate. So
Man, what a game, Kobe.
Man.
7-7. Both mid laners and both 80 carries showing up for this game. Back and forth. It is not going to get any better than this for today. A definite barn burner coming in here for Game 3 in our Game of the Week. 54 as they crest up to 1,000 gold to about 49,000 here. The lead in favor of Liquid.
what is that giant spell for, Dyrus? Man, build more magic resistance. I'm tired of looking at this full tank Maokai that has, what does he got? Let's take a look at his stats. 93 magic resist. Man, you have 157 armor. What is that doing? You aren't going to dive turrets?
Watch him dive a turret and get a pentagram.
Okay.
You said all this.
Okay. You got me there. But Baron, though.
Ooh, the sneak attack.
This is a Dominate special.
Absolutely.
Love.
Oh, boy.
All
This
right.
could actually be another TL special if it goes
Piglet
right.
doesn't want any.
Piglet is out. He's good. Oh, that would have been amazing. The rocket and the shockwave were actually placed perfectly.
So here's why I like that play from Bjergsen. He knows that the Valkyrie's down. That's the only way Piglet could have gone into the Baron pit unnoticed. So he was like, that's why I'm going to go all in for this. Yeah. The only thing is, Piglet still had Flash, so if he didn't have Flash, that was 100% a kill.
Yeah.
If people are wondering why there was no Valk there instead of the Flash. Whew. Deductive reasoning.
Very tight play, but they get out safely. Piglet being a guy they don't want to go down. He would be nice shut down gold going over to Bjergsen, as it would have been. Mid lane set up here so the rest of the team can start milling about, get some more wards. They don't really have coverage on this Baron other than the tunnels that Dominate currently has inside that pit. Looks like we're going to dance this one out. Maybe a ward war is going to come into play. Bjergsen a little too close for comfort there. Takes a good chunk of damage. He's got his Rabadons finished up, so a lot of power coming from him. 304 on this Orianna, first time for the summer split. Definitely something he's been keeping in that repertoire.
All right, well, TSM regaining positioning on mid lane, but Dyrus takes half of his life in magic damage.
Oh, this is from the other side. Quas is right on the chomper, so not an immediate initiation. Depth charge over, pops up to Lust Boy and Dyrus both in the air. Dominate very tanky. It takes TSM a long time to kill him, giving the rest of Team Liquid to start firing down. A double kill now coming in for Phoenix. Piglet also getting a double kill for himself. They're looking for Lust Boy. They don't even need to find him to get that kill.
That's easy, Baron.
That's going to be Baron, and it will be Team Liquid's second of the game. Dragon's up in 1:45. It'll might still be a contest for that, but they're happy to get this and push the lanes.
Yeah, the only question is, how many turrets can they get out of this Baron? Well, okay, they're just going to go purchase after getting 4 kills plus Baron plus a giant minion wave here.
I gotta say, Kobe, at first it was funny. Now you're right. Dyrus is taking so much damage in the beginning of these fights and can't handle the in-fight damage either.
Special got a giant stun. Dominate goes to follow it up. They're all grouped up for Azir, and Phoenix is able to massacre the entire team. Woo, Piglet valking forward under the front lines, confident to DPS as TSM in full retreat. And yeah, now we will answer the question, how many turrets can Team Liquid get with this Baron?
Yeah. You know, it's got to feel good when you build that Zanyas and you don't have to even use it in the next fight. So strong, putting another needlessly large rod into his inventory as Piglet is just item surplus out right now. His compared to Turtle's, vast difference with the way this game is going. Almost the same, or same amount of kills, almost the same amount of assists there. Team Liquid as a team is just playing together way better right now, objective-wise. See where they can keep going. The Follies are still there. TL almost lost that early dragon and cost themselves pretty much the entire mid-game.
Yeah, they could get number 4 here in 15 seconds, though.
Definitely an option.
That dragon that you mentioned could have been number 5. All right. Let's see if Dyrus decides to teleport in. And how desperate does TSM feel right now? It's only number 4. I don't go for the desperate all-in fight on number 4. You let them have it and you go for number 5. They're doing it though.
Summoners down. If they kept
Can they pull it off?
Those summoners, they know flashes are up compared to Team Liquid's here. Dominate on the backside, deters TSM from knowing they have the position.
Well, it actually is paying off for TSM now. They're wasting more Baron time by causing Team Liquid to disengage and let Dragon regen. They're trying to waste some time off of the Baron, so keeping them from sieging. Oh, they're going in for it. There's a steal. No!
Dominate's going to be able to get it. If this fight is a resulting fight in favor of Team Liquid, they have bottom lane to push with a huge wave right now. And it looks like they may actually start to head that way already.
Yep,
they're going to try to pressure TSM into their base.
That should be it. I don't know how TSM can get back in time. Baron Buffy can speed up these minions. Yep. That's the sound the cannon minion makes.
Is that pulling the ripcord there? They're going really, really fast.
It's a lawnmower minion. All right. TSM do get back in time. I'm just kidding. They have a giant minion wave here, though. So 50% of the turret health? Nah.
So hopefully this Baron buff can still be used by Team Liquid to get the other waves pushed. This was an attempt taking down the inhibitor, and they're also able to deny resources on the way out. TSM falling farther and farther behind, but it wasn't anything that really affected them in the last game versus Team Liquid. They still fought as hard as they could every fight. It's the reason they were able to come up with the game.
Swear to God, if Dyrus turns that giant spell into a Randuin's.
Got that frozen heart for you.
I swear to God. All right, well, let's see if they can chase him out here. TSM, get caught, Bjergsen!
Oh, Bjergsen, the shields are there, the heals as well. He tries the flash, but it's not enough. Goes down immediately. 60 seconds on the clock now. It may not be able to be handled once Team Liquid gets to the turrets here by TSM if everybody keeps falling.
The outpost is set up here.
It's closer and closer to home, too. That's when it starts to hurt.
They delayed the long enough for Baron to fall out, so at least they aren't Baron-empowered minions, but they have no Bjergsen, so they have no wave clear, they have no team fight presence. They're going to try and make a last stand.
They go right past the turret. Wild Turtle is the focus. That's the DPS they're looking to get out of the fight. Like you said, Kobe, those first 3 picks not providing a lot of damage for TSM. Turtle's still alive, though. That's where the damage is coming from. He double kills over onto Phoenix now after Dominate. Possibly a triple onto Quas. Cleaning that one up would make him nice and big. But that one goes over to Dyrus. Piglet gets out alive with a special.
They've got a huge wave top as well. 3 members dead for 50 seconds here for Team Liquid. Can TSM make it all the way up there to capitalize on that pressure? Maybe they try and shove mid to work with the top wave, but
possibly that's going to be cleared out.
Phoenix went straight melee range there under the turret of TSM. Little bit too much disrespect there from Team Liquid. Even though Bjergsen's down, Turtle is still here with a 4 offensive item jinx.
Not giving enough credit to Turtle on that one. Dominate, such a dive through the turret. The turret would have been a great take. They back off on that one.
10 seconds on Dom, 15 on the solo laners.
Look at this push, Kobe. Already onto the inhibitor turrets. Top lane, probably going to be backed, actually. Set up some wards on the way out, and TSM stick their foot right in the door and keep it open for this game. 12-11 now. It's only a 5,000 gold lead for TL.
What do you know?
So
all right.
the turret, they have a huge mini wave. Tipper's coming in as well to tank it.
They've got 35 seconds on Bjergsen.
Right
no
past.
reason to rush
Nobody
this.
can even close the gap that Dominate made.
Dom's the shot caller too. Piglet gets zoned out from the turret. He adds maybe a couple rockets and then tries
Piglet's
to kill
trying to
the
focus
turret.
it.
Phoenix gets taken down inside the team. They're just completely split for Team Liquid. They give TSM a leg up and back into the game.
Very much so. Now Turtle also has a Quicksilver sash for himself.
Oh my
out
goodness.
of any craziness that they may have in the game. Looks like Santorin Bjergsen may be peeking over once again. Could just be static. We'll get that figured out for you in a second. What a game of the week we have right now between TSM and Team Liquid.
Hey, Dyrus completed a full magic resist item though.
I'm sure you're happy.
42 minutes in, he's got a full magic resist item.
So, took a while. Got his Spirit Visage. Already saw that on to Dominate quite a while ago, but he's got a Thornmail for himself now, so Turtle can't really choose him as a target if they go into these fights.
He built that before the pause, though, so you know nobody tipped him off, too. No talking, no cheating.
Get Bjergsen all fixed up here. Looking around the board. Laning phase, it was so slow that we saw in the beginning of the game.
Well, this has been just such a back and forth game that by the time we get to 42 minutes in, we've got a Jinx fully equipped now. On top of the 4 offensive items, now a Quicksilver sash for him. Yeah. So Turtle is perfectly set up to carry the late game. I mean, you basically throw out all of the early game when you get to this stage, and it's all about protecting the AD carry. They've got Shen, they've got Orianna, Gragas disengage even on top of it, Maokai, Magic Resist or not, does have Righteous Glory and can engage. So TSM actually, the later this game goes, are looking better and better because they do have the critting, the AD carry with crit build. So that just innately gives you an advantage in the late game.
So Santorin getting a quick audio switch here, and we will be back into this. So great play coming out all over the place. An unfortunate turn of events at Baron for Team Solo Mid to start this one off. Piglet coming up huge there. That in itself completely changed this game and has kept Team Liquid in it. Had TSM gotten that, they would already be a few inhibitors down on the side of Team Liquid. So very big bullets were dodged in the beginning of this game by Team Liquid, thanks to Piglet, who's also having a great game. Both AD carries are showing very well here in the game of the week.
I'm also now starting to fear 4x special on the Annie. As stated, just as the crit AD carries are going to be a really big force later in the game, the flash burst of an AoE stun drops off heavily for Annie, becomes more of a liability unless he's able to get Wild Turtle. And even then, there is a Quicksilver on Turtle, so the effectiveness of the support Annie now starting to fall off, and the effectiveness of the support Shen should rise as the game goes on. He's getting much tankier himself, although he's also building a Randuin on Lustboy.
Oh, how hard are they going to go on this one? Chompers could be laid down right in the choke point. Dyrus says maybe we can go back on this if I can catch one. That's not the choice. Teleport is up for Quas, but he decides to join the team anyways here. TSM has a lot of wards behind Team Liquid. If they are to retreat, TSM has full vision of everywhere that they go, so if they split, this could be very bad. TSM as well, trying to get this fight. Quas, a lot of damage. Lustboy's taking a little bit more than he would like to. Bjergsen finds the ball in the middle, but nobody's going to circle around it. And they're onto Bjergsen. He's got to call the ball back. Does he have enough time to shockwave?
Oh,
he does.
He got it.
Big damage onto Quas and Dominate. They could be canceled out. Piglet still in the back line, though. Emperor's Divide puts TSM exactly where Liquid wants them. The double kill for Piglet. Phoenix comes up big again mid-fight to set it up for the team.
Phoenix just won the game for Team Liquid
Every time.
there.
Holding the Emperor's Divide for the right moment, allowing Shockwave to happen, using the ultimate at the right time to separate TSM when they think they have the perfect re-engage to get back in the fight. There's way too much time on the clock's coming in for the spawns of Team Solo Mid. Team Liquid coming up huge. It was not the late game fight that thwarts them this time. They're able to take it to Team Solo Mid. Piglet, a savior of this game in the mid game. Team Liquid take down Team Solo Mid.
Whew. Yeah, Peter really happy they were able to grab that one after all the back and forth. Piglet and Phoenix cleaning up that team fight. And another great Azir game from Phoenix.
They weren't even able to get on the objective that they wanted. They couldn't even shut down Bjergsen. It was kind of like they had to still go about it hard mode, and they found the way in. Again, credit to Piglet for keeping them in this game on that Baron.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Absolutely ridiculous. This game would have been much quicker and over a lot faster had Piglet not hit that shot.
You know what else? He actually never died the whole game.
No, he didn't. He did not. 6-0 and 10. Piglet absolutely crushed on his core.
Piglet may be the best AD carry in North America for blind big one stealing a Baron, going unkilled versus Gragas Maokai Shed Orianna. Huh.
Absolutely crazy.
Let's see the analyst desk break down that one.
Great play from Team Liquid. Dominate in and out of the fights, hitting beautiful knockups along with the targeted abilities. Quas's depth charge there. They really got into the fights that they wanted and didn't fight when they didn't want to. Dragons in their favor. TSM was giving those up, and Team Liquid was more than happy to take control of the map due to those having that power. It was a game. That was a very good game of the week. That was a very good game of the week.
Oh, that was a game and a half.
So, strong in the beginning, like we've been saying. TSM lost to Team 8 yesterday, so maybe feeling a little bit of that, a little anxious to pull the trigger on some situations that could have caused them to not do what they want to. Who knows? But this is all just speculation, but TSM still played a strong game.
Can't remember the last time TSM has a 0-2 week.
That's very true. That's very true. Something that they probably were not ready for themselves. Even looking maybe past Team 8 to start this week and think that Liquid's going to be a very big game.
Reginald did say that they were starting to look past the LCS games and try new things, branch out, be more adventurous. Thus the first pick of Orianna for Bjergsen in the North American LCS this split. So they are venturing out. They are trying more things. That was a different look for them.
They did it at the end of the last one, right? That Cho'Gath came out. Bjergsen was saying he himself needed to be somebody that could be the factor of that change for the team. And even to this game, you look at the Orianna Azir towards the late game, and Azir is going to have a much easier chance poking out your team all the time, right? The ball's into place, people are going to move. The soldier gets there immediately, and Phoenix knew that in every fight. Even when we saw they went on to Dyrus there in the end, just trying to kill one of the tankiest guys on the team because they knew they had the damage in the positioning.
And the last fight, Phoenix biding his time, waiting for Turtle to get a reset and move up. He sort of used Turtle's kill against him. You know, even though Team Liquid, they had the first death, he knows Turtle's going to move up as soon as he gets that kill, and that's when Phoenix went in.
And Turtle had a great game himself. Let's see what his score was. I'm on the damage chart. Jinx, 635. So he actually got most of those kills towards the end of the game. He was kind of keeping on par with kills and Piglet, just not the amount of pressure that Piglet put on the game himself with what he was doing. It was incredible. For more on that wild game, let's send it down to Dash and Team Liquid's top lane.